3 days later, I got the email for the award.
Which is amazing because you got your cage code in April and then you got the award. This would be July?
After submitting it in June.
Come on. I'm so excited. We have some recent winners to the channel. AC, I want to welcome you both here. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm so excited. Y'all are originally from New York.
Yes.
Live in New Jersey.
Yes.
And you're winning contracts.
Yes, we are. We are.
So talk to us. Like, first and foremost, I always want to know, like, how did you get into government contracting? Like, of all of the things that are out there, how did you get into government contracting?
So, okay, it started this year, but originally Stacey owns trucking companies. So she mentioned to me before about government contract, but we never put our all into it or ended up putting attention to it because I would know that she would get loads sometimes and some of the brokers are running a government contract. So she was like, yeah, there's ways you could get government contracts, you could get these loads, but we never paid much attention to it. So fast forward to this year, we started our home care company out in New Jersey for adults with developmental disabilities. So when we started that, I told her, I said, I really would prefer a group home for teens rather than only DDD. I'm going to try to find out how I can open a group home out here. So when I reached out to the Department of Children's Services, they were like, in order to get a group home out in New Jersey for youth, you need to wait for a solicitation, which is a quote. So I was like, oh, so I called her. I said, Stace, they told me to do it. You have to look on here. And when a contract comes out, you have to bid on it. I said, isn't it similar to what you were telling about the government contracting with the trucks? She was like, yeah, it's basically the same thing. So something said, just Google government contracting. And then Stacey had actually told me 2 months before that about you. She said, there's this lady on YouTube. Her name is Kizzy Parks. You need to watch her. She does government contracting. So that day while I was building our company's information, everything, I Googled government contracting and you came up on YouTube. So I spent the whole 24 hours stuck to the computer, literally watching your videos.
Dang. I love this. First off, I appreciate that. That's so sweet of you. What I love about it is you didn't hesitate. You weren't like, oh, we can't do a group home. Like, you were just like, what do we have to do? And then the other part is they didn't say to you, you have to have 10 years of group home experience. Go to the website, find a solicitation.
Yep.
Amazing. And then you put in the work. You're learning, applying, adjusting. Tell us more. This is riveting.
So there were actually no solicitations for the group home at the time. So when I finished watching your videos, I said, I'm going to register our business name to Sam.Gov. I said, I watched the videos from Kizzy. She also has a video where she's showing you the step-by-step how to register. I'm going to do it. We're going to just wing it. We're going to see. And I said to her, most of the other businesses, it's literally her baby. But I said, I think this one, I'm going to put my all into it. It's going to be like my baby. She said, okay, yep. I believe that you could do it. So start it. So we registered in Sam.Gov in April. We kept getting pushed back because although we had a Regis office, it kept coming out as a virtual. So I immediately joined your Facebook groups and I searched questions and I saw people asking, how do you go around the virtual address? So the third time they kicked it back, I said, okay, someone actually on the group said you have to give them a lease. As long as if it's a co-work space, if you could provide them with a lease, they will approve it.
Nope.
I literally reached out to the person at Regis and I said, hey, my company's going to be doing government contracting. Can you guys give me some type of documentation or lease that I can show them that this is actually a space we could come into? He gave it to me. I submitted it. 2 days later, it got approved. So we got approved for our cage code literally the last day, I believe, in April.
Whoa. Okay.
This was after about, yeah. So this was after 3 weeks of running around pushing back, but it finally got approved in April.
And that's such a good suggestion because you need a lease.
Yes.
And the beautiful thing is it doesn't even, there was somebody using space from their family member's house. Just get a lease. And you see how simple it was? They were like, sure.
Right. And then it was good to go. So after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to start. I actually watched some more videos. I used to sit here while I was doing dishes, everything, just watching videos. And I said, I think I got it. I'm going to attempt to do a proposal. I said, but I'm nervous about writing these proposals. I just don't know if I could really do it. She was like, well, you watch a lot of videos. You know, I watched the AI guy before he even came on your channel. I watched him and I said, I took so much notes. I even wrote him in an email. He sent me his ebook. We were talking back and forth. And then like 2 weeks later, he was on your channel. So the first contract actually happened to be the group home that we're still waiting to hear back from if we got awarded it, because that was the first contract that was out and it was due for June and they still haven't published it yet. But Jersey had a group home solicitation. So that was 75 pages. Yes. 75 pages was my first proposal to put out. And that was, I did it in May. It was due in June. So I submitted it on June 5th. And then my second proposal was actually the one that we won now.
Okay. Before we talk about the one you won, which is amazing, I have two things. One is I want people who are watching that, you know, I want you to type in yes if you know that you would do this too. That you would do whatever it takes to bid on something, that no matter how long the proposal is. I want people to do that. The other thing is, I want to point this out. Some people watching may think, oh my gosh, 75 pages. They may say, I don't even know when the last time was I wrote 75 pages. But it's for a group home. We're not talking about for lawn maintenance or janitorial or housekeeping, or, you know, it's a group home. The level of risk is really high.
Yeah. Right.
Rightfully so, you want 75 pages. So I just want to say that. So talk to us about the win.
So the win came with, actually, I'll say the second proposal. It's actually my fourth proposal that I actually submitted. The second one I submitted, you actually talked about it on it after I submitted it. The parking garage that you had a whole segment about where people were saying they bid on it. It was in New York. And you were like, you should add pictures. You should do all those things. Okay. So that was my second proposal. Obviously, I didn't win that one, but you gave me a great idea from that about the pictures. Yes. Add things to your proposal. So the one that we won, that's what I did. It came out in, I think, June 15th, somewhere around there, but it was due June 28th. And it was something that I was familiar with, but we hadn't had that full experience with. It's for epoxy flooring. Oh, right. So I knew what epoxy flooring was. We just haven't done that, but we knew people who did do it, especially locally in our area. So before I even submitted my proposal, I said, Stace, hey, guess what? One of our people that we know out here does epoxy flooring, and there's a solicitation in Maryland for epoxy flooring. I don't know if he will go there, but I think I'm gonna ask him if he would be interested in giving me a quote on it. So I reached out to him. I said, hey, I have this thing I'm trying to work on. Do you think you could give me a quote? It's in Maryland. He said, girl, no problem. We've been to North Carolina. We've been further. We can do it. Send me the information. I'll get you guys a quote over. He literally gave me the quote the next day. Usually I know you have to go for 3 quotes. At that time, Stacey was like, you want to get more quotes? I was like, I do, but I kind of just want to go with his quote and we'll just swing it from here. I just want to see if we will get this one. So I took his quote, I wrote the proposal up, I put some pictures of epoxy flooring, I added some of his work. Like GovCon guy said, the AI guy, you take the company's information, you incorporate it into your own. I plugged it in to make it look more like our own, and I submitted the proposal. June 28th. I think July 10th, the deadline passed, but they released a revised version. And they said everyone who submitted the proposal before, you need to resubmit or your quote will not be evaluated. Okay. I didn't take the time to see that they added or took out something. I just resent my regular proposal. Okay. So that's fine. 2 days later, the CEO writes, he goes, hey, Ms. Walkfed, the quote that you submitted, is that your final number? And does that include the patchwork? I was like, wait, did it include the patchwork? I can't remember if that was what the original proposal was or the change. But I was hoping that my quote wouldn't change too much. Like if it wasn't going to change with my contractor, then it was fine because then my numbers were good. I was at a good number already. But I wrote him and I said, so I did see the rise on notification. I thought I updated my numbers, but it didn't save. So is it too late to resubmit my proposal that I had to submit? He goes, no, you have until the end of the day tomorrow to send me the revised one that you wanted to submit. I said, Stacey, I think this means that we may technically be the lowest candidate right now. I said, because in the group, if you see, everybody says when they reach out to you, it's a good sign, it's a good sign. I said, I don't want to change my numbers. I don't want to change the numbers. I'm pretty sure it's decent. So I went back to the contractor. I asked him, hey, we're taking out the building of the noise barrier and we're just adding patchwork. Would that change the quote much? He said, actually, if we're removing something and just adding patchwork, the numbers are good. So whatever he gave me was fine with what I already had. But just for keepsake, I said, let me up it a few more dollars.
Oh, good. Got
Just a few more. Because if you're reaching out to me, probably I'm already at the lowest. If I up it a few more dollars, it shouldn't be a big deal.
Right.
I submitted back to him within 30 minutes. He told me, thank you, it's received. Look forward to he would look forward to working with me or whatever. No, I said, look forward to working with you. He said, no problem, you will hear from us if your quote is accepted. 3 days later, I got the email for the award.
Which is amazing because you got your cage code in April and then you got the award. This would be July?
After submitting it in June.
Come on. That's why I always say, Randy, not hard. It's easy to win because you did everything. You were I love that you were resourceful with the connection. You were responsive. This is one of the complaints from contracting officers is that people aren't responsive. And you did the most important thing because I see this a lot. People, they'll come back and say, is that your best and final? And people are like, weird about it. And it's like, the time you looked at it, you altered it. And that makes sense because then it showed them, oh, they put time into this, And
it's actually going to go lower. I was like, no, go up.
Well, I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you did that. So this is phenomenal. Plus, you're still waiting to hear back about the group home.
Yes.
I mean, this is phenomenal. So what has happened? So a couple things. What's the percentage of your profit margin? And then what's happened since the win? Because a lot of people are like, okay, but what happens after you win?
So the percentage of the profit margin, actually, it might be more than 80%. I don't know if that's too high because we actually may do it on our own.
We make your own. You have to use the person?
Don't have to.
We don't have to.
Love that. I mean,
we hire our own crew because we do have a construction manager who could oversee it.
Yep.
So we may hire our own crew.
Even better. And this is business. This happens all of the time. Like I can't use the Amazon example enough because I love some Amazon. Like I remember when Amazon was first really big in because I have a place in Miami Beach, really big in Miami Beach. And it would be like the Amazon person with the cute van. And they were all like, oh, we're Amazon. And then even at my place in Michigan, I look over and I'm like, is that 2 people in a car?
Yes.
Amazon? And it's like because they realize we save money or a call center, people would, typically don't have favorable things to say about call centers. Well, of course. Why would you pay somebody in the States $7.25 to $30 an hour when you can pay somebody in another country?
Yes.
I want to emphasize this for everybody watching. This is business.
Yeah.
Business. This is how business works. So I love the fact that you're doing this because it's upping your profit margin.
Absolutely.
I'm so proud of you too.
So, and then with that, I made contact with the point of contact already. We're actually just waiting on them to tell us when we can go in. So we have up until 120 days from the award date to complete the job. It's supposed to be completed in 2 phases.
Yep.
From day 1, I reached out to the point of contact to ask him if we could have a meeting so we could discuss dates and plans. He didn't respond back. I was like, okay, this is weird. He hadn't responded until day 4. So I finally picked up the phone. I gave him a call. And he was like, oh, is this the CEO? I was like, yes. He said, well, I'm glad you called. I've been meaning to call you. I don't want you to think that we were ignoring you. But so it's for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, but it's at a veterinarian space. So they need to move the animals around for the work to be done. So I'm guessing the staff that is needed to give him go ahead on the dates are not available. So he hasn't been able to give us a date yet. But he was like, well, once I give you the date, do you need a whole nother month after to actually come in? I was like, no, not at all. once you give us a date, we're probably gonna come out the next week and get this done and over with.
Which is beautiful. And also want to emphasize, I love your patience. I love that you called. And people, keep in mind, we're talking, it's summertime.
Right.
The people aren't going to really be around. So, because some people get upset, like, we want to do this work. And it's like, I get it. You're eager to do the work. Some people want to invoice, but you got to let it go and just go with the flow. They're on vacation. They don't want to have to worry about coming in, moving all these animals to redo a floor and get ready to go back to school. And then, ain't nobody trying to think about all that. So I love that you did that. And the more and more you make this person's life easier, the more they're going to want to give you additional work.
Exactly. And he's very pleasant. He responds. He tells me all the time, thank you for even being patient, reaching back out. He sees that I'm taking the initiative and I reach out, we follow up. So he's very nice. And we're just hoping that whenever they're ready, they'll give us the date and then we'll work it from there.
Which is beautiful. And did they already add you into the IPP system?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. And IPP is the payment system that the USDA uses. So it's great that you're in there.
Yeah. The second day we got the notification that the invoice it was there for the award amount was in there already.
And you checked it, you're in, you verified all of it. Accurate?
Yeah. On Monday, he's supposed to call us actually Monday to let us know when we should start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's beautiful. It's a great system, and you'll get paid within 30 days. This is great. What other things are you bidding on? Are you going to bid on more? I call this kind of stuff construction, facility management is just what I call it. Are you bidding on more of this kind of work, or what are you doing since this win? This is amazing. I'm so excited for y'all.
You want to go first?
Honestly, we would bid on we would bid on anything, honestly. We're actually hiring 4 VAs to actually do our bidding for us. But I think our main ones will be construction, real estate, trucking, and anything that has to do with group homes or anything like that, right?
Yeah. I like to focus a lot on the social services aspect.
Yeah.
And I go through all the solicitations on Sam.Gov and I find ones that I like and I break them down. And if it's something I can do, whether it's like staffing or if it's they have a lot of like prison rehabilitation homes, things like that, because that's mainly my passion and my interest, I'll bid on that. And then because of the trucking company that Stacy has, we'll bid on trucking and then the construction as well.
Oh, I love that. I'm at this point in time where I'm like, if it's weird, I want to bid on it. Like, yeah. I love like the weird things. Like I saw they wanted mannequins and I was like, oh, that'd be kind of fun. I'm not, but yeah, I think they're fun or weird training. Like there's the cadaver training and I like that one, but it's controversial though.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the one for the simulation patients in Maryland.
That would be, I love how you think, because this is the road to winning. Because most people are going to go a certain way. And I'm not saying for those watching not to bid on janitorial or not to bid on lawn maintenance. But it's like when you bid on things that people are kind of like, I don't know, then you're going to have a smaller pool.
Right.
And you're going to be able to just continue to do that. So I love it. And don't forget about international. They have stuff here in Mexico. There's contracts in Guatemala. There's contracts in Italy. There's contracts all over the world.
Yeah, I know there's was that. Before we got our cage code, I'm originally from Barbados. So I saw that they had some for Barbados. And I was like, okay, once we get this cage code, I'm going to bid on something out here just to see how it is. When it comes to the janitorial and the cleaning service ones, I don't mind bidding on those, but I know everyone is focusing on those. So I don't want to keep going after what everyone is working on. If it's in a certain area, I probably do it. One of the contracts, I didn't win it and I got a debrief. It wasn't for janitorial, but it was for something else, but it was a 5-year contract. And I learned from that because I didn't know that you should or need to bid on all the lines. The optional.
Bid on the first line, and they did.
So although I was technically the lowest number, it was for shredding services. That's what it was. I had the lowest quote for year 1, but because I didn't bid on year 2, 3, 4, and 5, we didn't get the solicitation, the award. So when I asked for the debrief, she said, technically you were the lowest number, but you didn't bid on all of the lines, so you didn't meet the requirements. Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought it was optional.
Okay, it's okay because some contracting officers may call, like I did something and they were like, your numbers aren't adding. Like recent, we're all new. And then I fixed it. There's more to it than that. I mean, I fixed it. That was the real error. And then there was a reason, but I had to decline the award.
Oh, okay.
And this was like $1 million contract. So I had to decline the award for various reasons that will never be on YouTube. But my point is, you have people like this woman where she reached out and said, hey, or like the contracting officer who reached out to you and said, is this your final festival?
Right.
That contracting officer could have easily reached out to you and said, hey, did you send me the right attachment? You only have one line of pricing. Right. The other thing about government contracting is it's a human business.
Yeah.
There's no cut and paste with contracting officers. But also it's a learning because you're never going to do that again.
Exactly. So I learned from that. Definitely did.
Dang, I love this Barbados. Girl, please. I know Guam is not by Barbados. I'm just saying, like, you have stuff in Guam, you have stuff in you have in there's opportunities everywhere, every single where. And are you still bidding on stuff in New Jersey?
We did on all state stuff, not all New Jersey, Virginia,
Everywhere.
Maryland, Ohio, St. Louis, because we own a property in St. Louis. So we bid on a lot of state contracts as well.
How'd y'all get into how did you get
So you do real estate. So we're real estate.
Louis out of all of the places?
Oh, we agree. Yeah, we buy properties all over. St. Louis was like our baby because that was like one of our first properties. Yeah, that was our first property. So, yeah.
Oh, St. Louis with that weird pizza on that cracker crust. Oh, that's so gross. Sorry, y'all watching, but that stuff is nasty.
But you have a property in Michigan.
Yeah, because I'm from Michigan. I'm from the West. Okay, say about the end. I'm over here.
Well, you're in Michigan. We have a few properties in Toledo, Ohio, which is not far from Michigan.
Yeah, I've been to Toledo.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean, I think that's the beautiful thing is like, the sky's the limit. Having properties, any place that you want them. I think that's beautiful. I used to go to St. Louis a lot.
Oh.
Okay. Very familiar with St. Louis.
Oh, we never been.
It's actually crazy. We never been. We've had the house for how long, but we never stepped foot into it.
That's why you didn't have that nasty cracker pizza. But it's eater crack for us. Like, it's disgusting. But they love it. They're like us. Y'all can hate on me. Put it in the comments if y'all love. I eat none of that. Plus, that's carbs. But yeah, y'all should go. I mean, it's go in the Arch if it's still open. The Arch is cute. Do all that. I love that. So what advice do you have for people who are watching this thinking like, wow, because you started out talking about trucking, dispatch, and there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I just want to do, I do hair, I just want to do hair. I do trucking, I just want to do trucking. What advice do you have to the person who's kind of, maybe that's the mentality they have?
I would say don't stick to one thing. And that's one thing I realized in the group. Like everyone, at first I was nervous. Everyone's like, what is your niche? What is your niche?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm very passionate about social services, but I'm gonna get the money wherever it is to help me get more of what I want and where I want it to be, So if I have to use this contract to fund another contract that I'm more passionate about, then that's what I want to do, With trucking, Stacey loves her trucking, but we weren't only going to stick to logistics or trucking. We're going to go all over. And then if a nice trucking contract comes around, then of course we'll bid on it. But, we're going to take construction, we're going to take staffing, we're going to take, anything that we could actually produce and work efficiently, we're going to take it.
I love that because sometimes there are things the government's just not buying. Like I found with trucking, a lot of the trucking gigs, other companies have.
Yeah.
In the federal side, at least. And a lot of the federal trucking is moving. It's maybe one was moving documents, it's like basically moving. In like a one and done or as needed moving. And it's like, that's not exactly what some people make it seem. So I love that. And I love that you took the leap. I love that you've received and you continue to receive value from the Facebook group. Because that was my whole goal. My whole goal was to create a community to help uplift. Because when I first started out bazillion years ago, I would go in person to events in Orlando, and there really wasn't maybe there was a community. Maybe I was too busy like scoping out dudes on Facebook. I don't know. But I was not involved in any kind of community like that, I'll tell you that much. So I love that there is that community and you can easily search. So I love that. So what's next?
I want to say I would tell somebody, start now.
Yes.
Don't wait, don't procrastinate. Because if we had started it when I knew about it 2 years ago or so, who knows where we would have been now? You know what I mean? I would say definitely start now. Just take that little step, that leap of faith, and start now.
Yeah.
So I was.
I love that. Yeah, just start. There's no, and the thing is, people, I don't know why. I think I know why. I think people say this because it feels good. It's a nice excuse. Oh, it's so oversaturated. So saturated. Like I say it all. Even here in Tulum, you know how many burger restaurants there are? Hamburgers. Tulum is not that big. And then you think about Crescent. How many hamburger places are? Nobody is like, y'all, we got it with the hamburger places. There's too many hamburger restaurants. I have never heard anybody say that in my life, unless it's a person who doesn't eat meat. Other than that, the same thing with government. Nothing is oversaturated. There's nothing oversaturated. But go ahead, you're going to say something else.
I think with that mindset, because I was that person. Honestly, maybe a year and a half ago, when I met Stacey, she was always an entrepreneur, and I was okay working a 9 to 5, and I would have ideas, but I would feel like, oh, never mind. I know somebody's doing that already. It's too much competition. Okay, I like this idea, but you know what? I can't do it because there's too many people.
Right.
And she would always say, if everybody thought like you, there would be no businesses.
There'll be no.
There's a lot of things out here for more than one person to eat from.
Yeah.
So that's why I think sometimes people need a little more encouragement to get there, because now I'm here and I feel like you guys. I feel like I don't care what is oversaturated. I'm going to put my foot in the door and I'm going to win what I can, and what I can't win, that's fine. You know? But sometimes some of us need need another boost, or need somebody else to give them that drive to show them that just do it.
And I love that. I love that you did that, Stacey, because it's true. It's like when I say everything is possible, I truly mean that. Like there's nothing, oversaturated. There may be some things easier to win, or you have to adjust techniques. Look at Netflix. Netflix never share passwords, okay? No, that's not a secret. So it might have took a minute, but now what did they do? We're cracking down. Yeah, it's not a message here. Here in Mexico, it was like, if you want to share your password, click here. And then they wanted it'll cost this amount a month if you. I'm like, I don't want this. There's nobody to share my password with. But they're doing it because they knew we all trying to share passwords.
Right.
Like, you just adapt. That's all it is. You just adapt. That's part of business. So I love this. I love y'all. Y'all gotta come here. Y'all gotta come to Tilly.
Yeah, we gonna come. We gonna come.
Yeah, just stay in contact. Please do.
I definitely will. And thank you for your YouTube channel. Thank you for your Facebook group. We wouldn't be here without you. Yeah, very important. We got to give you your flowers. Thank you so much.
Hell, I love two of you. And please, because I'm like, everybody's going to ask, shoot, I forgot. Don't forget the book, y'all, winnerswaybook.com. So we got winnerswaybook.com. But more importantly, how to contact you two. How do they get in contact with you two?
Also, my Instagram is VATHEINKK.
And mine is ITZJUSTMARA.
Awesome. Please reach out. Y'all reach out, because y'all are testaments to it doesn't have to take a long time. It's not hard. You went with it. You learned, applied, adjust. Every single thing. AI, watching videos, doing things, taking the mistakes and just brushing it off and looking at them as lessons, not excuses to get out of this space. So I'm proud of you both. I'm so
much.
So don't forget, y'all, like, subscribe, hit the notification, comment below. Please comment. We need more comments. And everything is possible. Until next time.